Recording. Okay. Oh, thank you, Heidi. I appreciate that. She's our little lily bug. We love her. Okay, so let me minimize this because I don't want anything else on my screen. All right, so Carla can't hear anything. Carla, you might want to try calling in, using your phone to call in for audio. You can watch it on your computer screen, but maybe try calling in on your phone instead. Not real sure. I know it comes up when you first log in, but you might want to check under. There we go. All right, so all right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So now keep in mind, well, first of all, let me introduce myself for those of you that don't know me. I am Lisa. I am the director of Team Southern Common Sense. I've been doing Scentsy for about 5.5 years, and it is absolutely my life. And one of my favorite, most fun things to do is to promote my business. And I love promoting on social media. I actually enjoy making graphics. I find that it's just a lot of fun. Everything that I've learned so far, I have learned, basically I'm self-taught. So, and what I'm going to do tonight is kind of just share with you guys how I do it. There are so many options. If somebody can mute their phone, please. There are a lot of different options when it comes to making graphics. There's different programs, there's different apps that you can save on your phone. There's all kinds of different ways to do it. What I'm going to do is share with you how I do it. It works really well for me. It's very simple. It's very easy. I'm by no means a graphics expert, but I've just kind of learned by doing. We're going to talk about different types of graphics, and we're going to talk about ways to stay out of Facebook jail. And actually, Facebook jail is kind of what's prompted me to do this. I've been trying to teach my team ways to create their own graphics or modify and change graphics that they see on Facebook that have already been created in ways that will help keep them out of Facebook jail. What happens oftentimes is people will see graphics and they just save and share them, and when you get too many people sharing the same graphic, Facebook determines that to be spam and throws us into Facebook jail. So we want to keep you out of jail. There are two programs that I use to create my graphics. One is Canva, canva.com. I believe there is an app for the iPhone. They do not have one for Android yet. However, I do not create my graphics on my phone. I use my tablet or my computer to create my graphics. I find that it's easier to manipulate and move items around. I've never ever used the Canva app. The second program that I use, and I'll show you what I use it for here in a minute, that I use to create my graphics or help me create my graphics is called Movavi, M-O-V-A-V-I, photo editor. You can use any photo editor out there. There's free apps online. There's all kinds of photo editing software that you can use. I particularly like this one because it's super easy and it's quick. Hold on a second. I see that your chats are popping up. Oh, you guys are asking what the things are. You're going to see them here in just a minute. So bear with me for just a minute, and we're going to come back to this, the questions at the end. So this is the program that I use. It's Canva, CANVA.com. And you'll see that it, all of the graphics that I've created in the past, I've been using this for a while. And it saves my graphics, so that's pretty cool. That I can go back and edit them at any time. But this program is really, really user-friendly, and it's the reason that I am actually suggesting this one. I've used PicMonkey. I've used PowerPoint to create graphics. I've used Microsoft Word. You know, I've used other programs to create graphics, and I really find that this one's the easiest. So what I'd like to do is we're going to walk through creating a couple of graphics. And these are graphics that I can use on Facebook, or you can use on Pinterest, you can use on Twitter. You know, I also use Canva to create my flyers. But here's what's really cool about Canva. And by the way, this is not a paid advertising for Canva. It's absolutely free. So here at the top, you see some of the more frequently, these are the ones that I use most frequently, so they're at the top of the page. Social media, Facebook post, event cover, flyer. It says real estate flyer, but it's really just a flyer. It's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, Pinterest graphic, and a photo collage. I use these the most often, so they put them at the top. But if you click more, you will see you have tons of options. These are pre-made sized graphics. Now the graphic itself will be blank, but if let's say you want to do a Facebook post, you'll use this one. It's already pre-sized for a Facebook post. If you want to do a Pinterest graphic, you can use this one for Facebook app. Oh, and there's let me scroll up to the top. There's also the Facebook event cover. If you're having a Facebook party and you want to personalize your event cover, you can actually create a single cover and then use like your party host's name in the cover. And then it'll save that graphic so that you can go back and edit it each time you do a new Facebook party. So you don't have to recreate the whole thing. You just change your party host's name. Or you can just change something in your graphic. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. But anyway, so you've got different types of social media posts, different types of documents, flyers. I use this to create graphics that I print out and use at my events, or I use it to create things at my home parties. I mean, there's just all kinds of options. But what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do a Facebook post. So I'm going to click on Facebook post. And it's going really slow. I think it's because probably because I have so many people online. I'm looking at the question. Changing the text is what keeps us out of Facebook jail. Correct. When you use the same pictures in Canva, yes. But as long as you add your PWS, add your contact information, Carrie, yes, that'll help keep you out of Facebook jail. All right, so in Canva, they give us all kinds of layouts. You'll see here off to the left, these are layouts that are already pre-made. Sorry, hold on a second. These are pre-made graphics that you can just edit. You can see that these are all free. These are already made up. I don't typically use these, although these do make things a little easier. If you see a graphic that you can modify and change to that you want to use, you can certainly do that. You just click on the pre-made layout, and then you can go through. These have already got the graphics already laid out in here, and you can actually just change the text that's listed in here. Let me just say, let's just say I want to change this to say, I'm going to have a Mardi Gras Facebook party. I'm going to move my graphic over just a little bit. Let's just say Facebook party. And you can see that it kind of bled over, so I'm actually going to reduce the size of my text so that it actually fits inside my text box. So these pre-made graphics do make things a lot easier if you find one that you want to use, but I'm actually going to back up for a minute because I want to start from scratch. Let me undo. Undo is a fabulous thing. Actually, let me just close out of this one and start a new one. So I did not save that one, so I'm going to go back and create a Facebook post. Let me see if Dorothy answered. No, okay. We're going to come back to the Facebook gel thing in a minute. Dorothy's going to assist me with that. So, okay, so there are these different elements that are in Canva that help you to create your Facebook graphics. Like I said before, you have these pre-made layouts. However, when you are like me and you just want to create your own, you have backgrounds. You can do solid color backgrounds. You can choose from pre-made colors, or if you want to create your own color, you can use the color wheel by clicking the plus sign and then just choosing the color that you want for your background. Or you can select, let me scroll down here and show you. There's some other pre-made backgrounds that are already created. These are all free. Now there are some that charge you. Let me scroll down a bit and it'll show you. All right, so you see here where it says $1 US. Obviously, these types of backgrounds you can, pay for in Canva. I think if you add your credit card information when you create an account in Canva, you can set it up so that you can purchase your background graphics. I have used theirs before. I don't typically because, again, I really like making my own. But here you'll see it's kind of got their watermark on it. But once you finish creating your graphic and you go to download and save it, it'll ask you, do you want to pay for it? You say yes, and then that watermark will go away. But for the time being, I'm actually going to delete that background. In addition to pre-made backgrounds, solid color backgrounds, or Canva backgrounds, here's something else that I like to do. Here's this little uploads button at the bottom. You will see that I have created, you can create folders in Canva to organize your graphics. But whenever I go looking for a background that I want to save and use later, I save them in my backgrounds folder. What I've done is I'll go out to Google and I'll do a search for, I can get my Google to come up, watercolor background. I'm going to do an image search. Good old Google. One thing to help you, you go to tools. In your Google search, there's this little button. If you click on images and you go to tools and you go to user rights, I select labeled for reuse, which means you can use that graphic with for no charge. There's no rights associated with the background image or with any image that you're looking up on Google. That just kind of keeps you out of trouble for reusing graphics. But in this instance, let's say we want to use this watercolor graphic for our background. So I'm going to right click and save the image. I think Mac users are a little bit different. I think you can drag and drop it. So I'm going to save that background. Go back to my Canva and go to Uploads. And you'll see this button here. It says Upload Your Own Images. I'm going to go, you'll see all my images I've been saving for a while. So I'm going to grab that background, that image that I just saved from Google. And it's uploading it. It's being a little slow. So just drag and drop it here. This pretty watercolor background. I'm going to expand it so that it fits my entire graphic. You see the white is the background of your graphic. It's already pre-sized for Facebook. Now that I've kind of made it big enough to cover up the whole thing, it is now my background. You can also, one thing that I like to do is they have the transparency button up here in the right hand corner. You can make it just a little more pale by using that slider button to make your background a little more transparent. So now that I have my background, I want to add some text. So let's say that we want to highlight our Scentsy buddy. Let's see, who do we want to use? Let's go to my PWS. One of my favorite places to go for graphics is my PWS. You can also, there's a lot of images already uploaded to the marketing tab in your workstation, but I love going to my PWS to grab my graphics that I'm going to use in my images, in my graphics. So let's do Bailey the bunny. So I'm going to grab Bailey. I'm going to right click and save him. Oops, I didn't right click. Sorry. I'm going to save Bailey. And I'm going to go back to my post. Let's go back to the uploads. And we're going to upload Bailey. And I'm going to do this twice because I want to show you something. Most of the graphics that you upload have a background, meaning in the case of Bailey here, you see now Bailey's white background has made it kind of challenging to put him in my graphic because he's kind of covering up my, my pretty watercolor background there. So this is where Mojave comes in. This is what I use Mojave for. I use it to remove the background off my images. Now, you can also use PicMonkey. You can use, there's some online photo editing sites that you can use to do this. I just happen to find that this is the easiest and the quickest for me to use. So I'm going to go browse for the image. I'm going to go grab Bailey. I'm going to open him up. I'm going to make him a little bit bigger so I can actually see. Oops, bigger, not smaller. I'm going to make him a little bit bigger so that I can see what I'm doing because my eyeballs don't work as well as they used to. So this is how removing a background from an image works in Mojave. So I'm going to go to background removal. I'm going to use this green paintbrush here, and I am going to highlight the part I want to keep. Do do this, and I'm going to do this. Just kind of scribble scrabble on them because this is the area that I want to keep. Now, to remove the background, I'm going to click on the red paintbrush. Now, I'm just going to do a couple lines here. And I don't know if you guys can see this. Now there's a yellow line that has appeared. I want that yellow line to be on the outline of Bailey. So I'm going to run my green paintbrush. So that it runs, so that it outlines him. Because everything in green is going to be kept, and everything outside the green is going to be removed, or outside the yellow, I should say. Sorry. Let's see, I need to fix this down here. I want to bring this in just a little bit there and here. I'm actually going to make my paintbrush just a little smaller to get in these little crevices. I'm almost finished, so bear with me. That looks about right. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. And I'll show you why here in just a moment. Okay, so that's pretty darn close. So I'm going to click on Set New Background. And now you see that all that white space from around Bailey is now gone. And blur my edges just a touch, because that way you don't have to be 100% perfect with your outline. I'm going to click Apply. And now I'm going to save him back where I had him, back in my folder. You want to make sure it's a PNG file, because a JPEG will not work for transparent backgrounds. So PNG file, I'm going to save and overwrite what's already there. Now, I'll close out of that. Now when I go grab Bailey, open. I don't know why it's going so slow. And he's probably doing that because I already have him. This might be why it's doing that. So hold on a second. We're going to go grab him out of my folder. But now you see that Bailey has no background and he looks perfect on my beautiful watercolor background. So now I've added him. I'm going to add my text. You'll see here that there are pre-made text graphics that you can use. These are all free. They don't cost a thing. That if you add them to your graphic, all you have to do is edit them. Bailey. Oops. So you can use that graphic, and you can also change the color of these graphics. If you click on the graphic, you'll see that the color box is popped up here in the corner. And you can actually change it to any color. Or if you want to create your own color in the color wheel, you can do that. And then if you want to change the color of your text, highlight your text, click on the color box, and change the color of the text. And you can move this anywhere in your graphic. But in this case, I want to just make my own text. So I'm going to delete this, and you can do that by highlighting and hitting delete on your keyboard, or selecting it and just clicking on the little trash can here. I'm going to go back up to the top here, and you can see you've got 3 pre-made text sizes. I love the little middle line there that shows you that your text box is centered. You can change the type, the font. There's a whole selection of fonts, tons and tons and tons of fonts that you can use. All different kinds. You can change the color of your text, and you can change the size. And I encourage you that once we get done here, that you go online and play around with this. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I learn best by doing. And just going in and playing around with this is going to be your best bet. So you can also increase the size of the bunny. You can overlay graphics. Let's see if they have a free carrot. Let's give a carrot to Bailey. So I typed in carrot in the search box and press enter. And you can see that there are some cost graphics. These are all that you pay for, but you can see here that there's also free ones. And we like free. So I'm going to get a free carrot for Bailey. You can resize it. And we're going to give him a little carrot there. And I'm going to pause for just a second because I'm seeing the chat box go crazy. Let's see. Oh, Leanne saying she filters by size when she searches. Yeah, when you're doing your Google search, you can search by image size too. Did you make it for Facebook, or is that in there already? I selected, Nicole, the Facebook graphic back on the design page. Here, when you select which size that you want, I selected Facebook post. And what was the website? Oh, Movavi. Yeah, Movavi has a magic wand that chooses based on color, like Photoshop. It does have one, but I don't spend a lot of time using it for much other than removing my background. Did you have to create that? Nicole, I don't know if you're talking about the graphic, the rabbit, the background, or the text. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. I downloaded the background from Google Images, and I uploaded it into Canva. And then I went and grabbed Bailey off of my PWS, removed the background, and the design they offer, the Facebook size, they offer that. That's already a pre-made, a preset size here on the page here. All right, so now we've got our cute little Bailey here. We got him with his little carrot. I wanted to look real quick because there was some conversations about Facebook jail. Okay. All right, so Dorothy sent me some information about Facebook jail, and I'm just going to read this to you guys if that's okay. See, remind you all about images, corporate content, and copied scripts. These things are what is being flagged and putting people into Facebook jail. This includes being associated with people using stock images that Scentsy provides us. I'm sure, as you know, many of us run our businesses using online tools, especially Facebook. When we or many of your teams are locked up, it can affect your business. We are once again in a new month, lots of new images, and once again, so many are posting these images at the same time and being frozen. Doing this without changing the graphic puts you and them at risk of being locked up. Add text or cropping a graphic will not keep you safe, so I misspoke, by the way. Please do not kill the messenger. I myself was locked up in admin rights with someone who posted a copied graphic. We may have to just share this, I think, Dorothy, on your page because it's got the graphics. It comes down to that Facebook does not want mass-produced content posted on their platform at the same time, period. An easy way is if we want to use their free platform, we have to follow their rules, Facebook meaning them. Okay, so I said all that to say this. Apparently just adding your PWS to Facebook graphics is not enough when a graphic is being shared many, many, many times over and over again. So here's my suggestion, recommendations for you. Make your own graphics. Create your own graphics. I think that if it's being shared by just a few people is okay, but when it's being shared by lots of people all at once, that especially if it's being shared by a lot of people all at the time, somebody needs to mute, then it causes an issue. Facebook says it is spam, and you get put in Facebook jail. So, like I said, my best recommendation is to make your own graphics. And this one doesn't look like all that great right now. I actually spend quite a bit of time making my graphics. I'll spend anywhere from a half hour to an hour making graphics. But the more you get acclimated to Canva or PicMonkey or whatever graphic program that you choose, the more you get, the quicker and easier it gets for you. Can somebody mute their phone, please? Or their computer or something?
So cute.
All right, somebody needs to mute, please. I sure wish I had a mute on this program like we used to have on, what was it? What was the other one we used? All right, somebody needs to mute their phone or
whoever it is, let them know that the mute button is in the bottom left-hand corner.
You can mute the mute their phone there. Mute their microphone, sorry.
Let me see if I can bring up. I think when I bring up the.
They're just, I mean, showing how to do templates.
All right, I think we got it covered. I don't know why it just did that. Okay, so all right, so we were talking about Facebook jailing. We were talking about create your own graphics. And the more that you use Canva and the more that you, or PicMonkey or whatever graphic program you choose, it gets easier, I promise. So here is some more things that I want to share with you about making graphics. In Canva, there are elements. These elements are awesome. You have grids that you can use to insert pictures. I love these for making team graphics when I want to recognize team members. I like using their own photo to help recognize them for something that they've achieved. And I love using the grid elements for that. Or you can just use photos. Let me go back to, not photos, frames. So click on frames and show you all these really cool, awesome free frames that you can use in Canva. Oops. So you just click on it. It'll put the frame into your graphic. And then what my favorite thing to do is I go and I grab my team members' pictures off of Facebook. But in this instant, we're not going to do that to them. We're going to just grab this banner off of my PWS. And then I upload their picture to my uploads. So click on upload. And then I'm going to go grab. Oh, wait, I already forgot I have a picture. I have Isandra here. Hold on. Where did she go? Oh, there she is. We're going to upload Isandra to my pictures here. And then once you grab the picture and save it, you drag and drop it right into your picture frame, and voila. Now you have a beautiful picture. I'm going to delete Bailey off of here. Sorry, Isandra, if you're on here, you get to be my guinea pig. Isandra is, oops, is a rock star. And since we can't read that in that font, let's change it to a font that we can read. So I just changed it to a different font. You can resize your text box. And you can move your text box. Oops. Let's resize my font because it's all cut off. And now I have an awesome post that I can post all over Facebook to tell everyone what a rock star Isandra is. So here are some other elements I want to show you, and then I'm going to kind of walk through what to do once you save your graphics. But let me delete that out. You can actually delete any graphics you don't need anymore. By clicking on it, it'll show a little eye for more information. You click on that, and then you can either throw it in the trash or you can move it to a folder, which is what I did. Is I created folders for my graphics. Like this is my buddy folder. And then whenever I upload stuff, I move them. Let me go to my uploads. And then I move them to folders. For example, I did a laundry post yesterday or Sunday. Yeah, yesterday. And so I went and grabbed this graphic off my PWS, and then I removed the background. And now, because I already have a folder for Scentsy Laundry, now all my graphics stay organized. And this is just a graphic, so I created a folder for graphics. So you can do it that way, or let me show you, you can just drag and drop it to your folders. This way it stays nice and neat. If you're OCD like me and need your graphics organized, that's how I do it. Okay, so a couple more things about the elements. Oops, let me close out of that. So you have frames that we just looked at. You have shapes. Shapes are really cool if you want to make your own text graphics. It's kind of like when I showed you over here in text. Here in this area here, you see all these little graphics that are already pre-made. Well, you can actually make your own using elements. You can take shapes and overlay them. Let me just change the color so you can see it better. So I'm going to take that shape, and then I'm going to take another one, but I'm going to make it a little smaller. And let's change that color to purple. And let's do one more layer. I'll make this one a little bit smaller. And then you go to your text, and I'm just going to add text to this. And since that doesn't fit, I actually want to kind of square it off here. So you can see that you can use those elements to create your own graphics for your own text graphics. You can also use them, for making your own graphics. I'm going to delete these out real quick because I want to show you one more thing under elements, and then we are going to talk about one last thing, and then we're going to answer questions. So let me scroll back up here. You also have charts. You have icons. Canva's just a silly, I love Canva text. You can play with that. You use this to create your lines, your shapes. They also have illustrations that you use if you want to, oh, I forgot carrot was still in there. Sorry, let me delete that. All right, let me go back to elements. There's all kinds of pre-made graphics in here for you guys to use. Most of them are free. Again, there are some that charge if you want to, but a lot of times I just go out to Google, I search for the graphic or the image that I want to use, and upload it so that I don't have to pay for anything. All right, one more thing oh, and then there was the lines. I wanted to just show you the lines too, because a lot of times you want to use lines in your Facebook graphics. This is where you go to find them. So there's one other thing that you want to make sure that you do on your graphics if you're using them to promote your Scentsy business. I already have them saved because I went and I downloaded them from my workstation from the marketing tab. But you need to go and grab and upload to your Canva the Scentsy Independent Consultant logo. If you use any of the Scentsy graphics, if you are using it to promote your Scentsy business, you want to make sure that you either include the logo, and they have them both with backgrounds and without backgrounds already pre-made for you on the marketing tab, or just use text to say independent Scentsy consultant, and it needs to be on your graphics somewhere. I'll show you some examples of ones that I have made. Close out of this. Oh, I know what I meant to do. If this will close. Let me go to my designs. These are ones that I've already made. And this is something else really cool about this, about Canva, is that all these graphics that I've already made, if you click on it, like I made these graphics for the new bundles. If you click on it, it'll reopen it, and you can edit this. You can, say you wanted to change, change this to, another bundle, or whatever you wanted to change it to. You can actually go in and change the graphics. You could change the text. Let's say maybe Scentsy decides tomorrow to change the price of the wedding bundle to $50. You can go in and edit that graphic and change the price. Whatever you need to do. But you'll notice here, these are one of the graphics I made over the weekend. This image right here, this little wedding couple here, I got off of Google. This I got off of my PWS, and I removed the background. The same thing with the bars. And the background I got off of Google. And then I added my Independent Scentsy Consultant logo at the bottom. I uploaded them into Canva, and then I used them in here. These little hearts right here, those were in the elements. I just typed in heart, and I found the heart graphic that I wanted to use. It was free. Oh, it's in here somewhere. And, oh, here it is. Oops. Click on it. Oops. Didn't want that one, so I'm going to delete that. And then I made it tiny, tiny, tiny. And then I changed the color of that graphic. Right now it's white. I click on the little color box up here, and I changed it to black. And then I made it teeny tiny. And then I added it to my graphic. Once you're finished, you can name your graphic. This I named the wedding bundle for obvious reasons. I type it in, click done, then you click download. There's different types of downloads. Most of my graphics are PNG files, but you can change it to PDFs if you want, or a JPEG. But I just usually leave my graphics as PNG files. I click download. And then when I'm ready to post it to my business page on Facebook, it is really, really slow. I apologize. I typically leave all of mine in my downloads folder. That's just where I like to leave it. And then I publish it to my business page. So what I would like to do, if I can get Facebook to close, I would like to go back here and look at all of these questions that you guys had in case I didn't answer it. Okay, let's see. Talk about staying in compliance. So, oops, where did it go? I lost the question. So Nicole, one of the things also about staying in compliance that I mentioned earlier is you do not change the Scentsy logo. You see here, now you can make it, bigger or, smaller as you need for your graphic, but you cannot change it or change the colors of the logo. And if you go to your marketing tab, there is a whole FAQ on marketing and branding. So I encourage you, strongly encourage you that you go out to your workstation and pull up the marketing tab. And I think, or it might be on business resources now, but there's a whole FAQ on marketing and branding. Let's see, Andrea, great for branding, absolutely. Are you able to upload from your PWS to Canva? Bernice, yes. What I do is I save the image from my PWS and then I upload it to Canva. So I kind of showed you this earlier with the buddy. I go to, let's go to laundry. You can also grab the graphics from the marketing tab in your workstation. But let's go grab, so I just for PC users, I just right click, I save the image. In this case, it's the black raspberry vanilla set soft. Well, my computer's really slow right now. I'm gonna save it. Then I go to my Canva, I go to uploads, upload your own images. Grab my graphic. And now it's in my Canva for me to use. Heidi Mathis, the wedding bundle. The bundle is a Scentsy bundle. It is a Scentsy bundle. If you go out to your PWS and look under specials and go to gifts, you'll see that the bundles are here. Baby shower, housewarming, and the wedding bundle. I just made my own graphic for it. Let's see. Canva is free to use unless you buy the graphic. Correct. It's free to you. It doesn't charge you anything. Just go to canva.com and create yourself an account. It's totally free. You only pay for any graphics that you choose to use that they that they have pre-made for you. But really, you know, with Google and the ability to upload your own images into Canva, you should probably, you know, unless you just want to, you really do not have to pay for anything going into Canva. Just because you can get most graphics, you know, for free off of Google or, you know, whatever search engine you use. So what other, well, we still have just a few minutes. I want to make sure that I answer all of your guys' questions. Oh, Alicia, you're totally right. It really is. You know what's really great about making your own graphics too is not just keeping yourself out of Facebook jail, but it's also awesome for, let me get out of the Canva here. Oops. Let me bring my camera back up. The one thing that's great is not only is it keeping you out of Facebook jail, but think about your Facebook parties. You can now personalize all of your graphics to your party host. You can, you know, tailor, you know, graphics to an event. For an example, I did an event last weekend. I did a Mardi Gras festival. I tailored all of my graphics that I was posting on the event coordinators had created a Facebook event page, and I tailored all of my graphics for that event using Canva. You know, super, super easy, and it really is quick. You know, once you get used to it, it really is quick. What was the right to use? See, that's awesome, Michelle. Oh, okay. Let me go back to Google. I think, thanks, Alicia. I wasn't sure what she was talking about. So when I do a search, let's say I'm going to look for carrot. Let me go to image. I'm going to select images. And then under tools, you can select size, you can select colors, you can select all kinds of things. But what we're talking about here is usage rights up here. And select the drop-down menu and labeled for reuse, which means it's been tagged for you to be able to reuse that graphic. Oh, before I almost forgot. One other thing I want to show you about searching graphics on Google. So that you don't have to take the extra steps to remove graphics. The website for removing, it was a program actually, Michelle, and it's called Movavi. Movavi is the program that I use. But if you don't want to use Movavi or in any other program to remove your background images, let me show you a little Google search trick here. So we want a carrot that's transparent. So carrot, transparent background. I'm going to search. Now, not all of these will have it, but if you click on it, on the graphic, you know how it brings up this little box here? Oh, I didn't realize my camera was still on. Hold on. All right, so it brings up this box here. You see the little checkerboard in the background here? This means that this carrot has a transparent background. So now you don't have to go through the steps of removing the background off your carrot. You've already got it. You just save your graphic. I'm going to go back over here. You save your graphic. Then we're going to upload it. Upload your own image. Go grab my carrot. I'm going to just put a background on there so you can see. And now my carrot with a transparent background. That's a super, super easy way to do it too. So that way you don't have to even mess with it. So I'm going to type in here. So canva.com and Mojave. There we go. All right, well, you guys, we're a couple of minutes over. Sorry about that. If you guys do not have any other questions, I hope I recorded this tonight. And last time I tried to record my training, it didn't record. So if it is, hopefully I can save it and repost it for those who missed it, or if you just want to go back and watch it again. I am available. If you guys have any questions, shoot me a message on Facebook, and I will help where I can. Again, I am by no means an expert. I've just learned by doing, and I've been creating my own graphics for a couple of years now, and it's just gotten easier for me. So, all right, you guys. Well, if there's no more questions, I hope you have a great night. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks, guys.